You know that feeling, right? You're staring at a loading screen, drumming your fingers, just waiting for your computer to catch up with you. Well, if that sounds familiar, this is for you. We're going to break down the real reasons your computer is so slow and give you some simple, easy fixes you can do today. Let's jump in. Ah, the big one. The question we've all yelled at our screens in total frustration. You've got stuff to do, deadlines to meet, but your machine is just crawling. It almost feels personal, doesn't it? But here's the good news. It's almost always a fixable problem. I mean, this just hits the nail on the head, right? That sudden whirring noise, the fan kicking into high gear. It's the universal signal that your computer is working way too hard. So let's figure out why it's so stressed out. Okay, our first suspect is the startup process. Just think about what happens the moment you turn your computer on. That first minute or two kind of sets the tone for everything else. And for a lot of us, our computers are already running a marathon before we've even opened a single app. Think about it. Every time you install some new piece of software, there's a good chance it quietly adds itself to the startup list. We all just click yes to get through the installation, but over time, you get this whole crowd of apps all jumping up and down, demanding resources the second you log in. All right, so here's how you fight back. If you're on Windows, just hit Control-Shift-Escape to pop open the Task Manager. On a Mac, you're looking for the Activity Monitor. Find the tab that says Startup or Login Items. Now take a look at that list. If you don't need an app running the very second your computer turns on, disable it. Seriously, this one little trick can make a huge difference. Next up, let's talk about something that's surprisingly common, a cluttered hard drive. We usually just think of it as a bucket for our files, but when that bucket gets too full, it can seriously bog everything down. I love this analogy. It's perfect. Your computer's operating system needs a little bit of empty space, some elbow room, to do its job. It's constantly creating temporary files and moving things around. When your drive is over 90% full, finding a piece of data is like digging for one specific t-shirt in a wardrobe that's just completely stuffed. So the fix is pretty straightforward. It's time for a little digital decluttering. Start with your downloads folder. That's usually a goldmine of old files you totally forgot about. Get rid of those huge video files you've already watched. And for stuff you want to keep but don't need right now, cloud storage or a cheap external drive is your best friend. Just give your computer some breathing room. Okay, let's be honest for a second. We are all guilty of this next one. You see that update available notification, and what do? You hit Remind Me Later. It feels harmless, but it actually comes with a hidden cost. Those system updates aren't just for getting cool new features or emojis. They are absolutely critical for fixing bugs, patching security holes, and most important for us right now, optimizing performance. Running an old version can cause all sorts of little conflicts that just grind your system to a halt. So yeah, you see the shiny new stuff on the outside, but the really important work is happening behind the scenes. Those bug patches and performance fixes are what keep your machine running smoothly. So next time that little pop-up appears, yeah, don't ignore it. All right, I'm going to call some of you out now. You know who you are. Your browser has so many tabs open, you can't even read the titles anymore. Well, this one's for you. Your web browser is probably one of the biggest memory hogs on your entire computer. Yeah, does this look a little too familiar? See, every single one of those tabs is like its own little program, and it's eating up a piece of your computer's active memory, its RAM. Now, when you have 20, 30, maybe more of those open, you're basically asking your computer to be a professional juggler with way too many balls in the air. The good news is, the fix here is all about building better habits. If you need a page for later, that's what bookmarks are for. Close what you're not using. And if you're a true tabaholic, there are some amazing browser extensions that can automatically suspend the tabs you're not looking at, freeing up all that precious memory. Okay, but what happens if you've done all this stuff? You've cleaned everything, updated everything, closed all your tabs, and your computer is still crawling? Well, that's when we have to start talking about the hardware itself. I mean, let's face it, technology moves at a crazy pace. Today's software is designed for today's hardware. If your machine has a few years on it, say more than 5, its core parts might just be struggling to keep up with what modern programs are asking it to do. But hey, don't panic. This doesn't automatically mean you need to drop a ton of money on a new computer. Often, a couple of relatively cheap upgrades can make a world of difference. Adding more RAM is great for multitasking, and swapping out an old mechanical hard drive for a solid-state drive, or SSD, can be an absolute game changer. It can make an old computer feel brand new. And that really gets to the heart of it. Your computer isn't lazy. It isn't broken. It's just overloaded. It's trying to do too much with too little space or with old instructions. And that's a problem we can definitely fix. So, let's wrap all this up. We've put together a little comeback plan for your computer. A final, simple checklist you can run through whenever your machine starts to feel a bit tired. Here it is, your 5-step plan to get that speed back. First, tackle those startup apps. Then, do a deep clean of your storage. Number 3, please install those updates. 4, get those browser tabs under control. And finally, number 5, if your computer's getting a little old, think about a small targeted hardware upgrade. That's your roadmap. And there you have it. The power to fix this is literally at your fingertips. So, take a look at this list. Which one of these do you think is the real culprit for you? Pick one, start there, and bring your computer back to life.